Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, I mean, this is day 35 of my journey to becoming the person that I want to be and a psychologist. So, today was a pretty nice day. Woke up next to my dear girlfriend. Uh, woke up, showered, ate breakfast. After breakfast, I went back into my room, read my book. We watched the TV show a bit, we ate, and yeah, that was mostly it. We didn't do much else. It was a bit of a okay day. I'm building up my mornings, and my mornings are getting better, and I'm doing things on a daily basis, but like it's been 3 days since I started take a shower, read, and all of that. So I'm trying to keep consistent. And today I wanted to talk about something that I realized, which was a pretty big thing. Now, if you will excuse me for a second, I just need to put something in the kitchen for the water to start boiling because I need to make dinner. 1 second. It is like 9:30 also, by the way. It is not that late. I'm never gonna be recording as late as I was before. Anyways, 1 second. I'm back. By the way, also, if you hear any thuds or weird sounds like thumping or the chair being scraped on the ground, don't mind that. It is my very beautiful yet extremely annoying neighbors that we have already told that they should stop doing this because they've been doing it late at night, even at 4 a.m. Yes, 4 a.m. Anyways, I've already talked about consistency before. However, I didn't really talk it to that extent, and not gonna lie, I'm actually not gonna get into it that much since I've already talked about it. But I'm just gonna mention again that consistency is something that is extremely important for you to improve. And I have realized this one thing, which is the fact that I thought before it was actually so much easier for me to start doing better things like working out, reading my book, being neat, going to the shop, just getting everything in place. However, I've realized that it's actually not that easy because in your head you're like, well, it's not such a difficult thing to do. I can wake up and make my bed. I can read a book. It's not that difficult. It's not like you're trying to get to a higher rank in a game and it's gonna take you like God knows how long until you reach that rank, or I don't know, be number one in something in the Olympics or whatever. Those are the things that are going to take time. That is a milestone. However, you're thinking, I was just talking about that. Yeah, so today I'm also featuring there's actually guests, unexpected guests in my video, like those neighbors upstairs. They wanted to say hi to you all since I've been recording for like 35 days exactly, and they didn't say hello. So luckily, we are blessed to hear this amazing sound this late at night. I'm totally not gonna do something that I don't want to do. I'm kidding. Anyways, it is much harder to start doing things consistently. That is the biggest issue because the more that the time passes, if you're not doing things at the right time, at the right moment for yourself, if you're not going slowly, you're not going to reach that point of that you want to reach. You're not going to reach that goal, which is a habit. You're not going to start making a habit because it is all different with every single person, and it also depends on what habit you want to do. But I'm suggesting if anybody does want to start improving themselves and being better and cleaner and neater, they should start with something simple. For example, I'm still a beginner. It's been 35 days. That's still a very beginner thing, and I did achieve a very good amount of stuff which I believed I couldn't achieve. I'm close to finishing a book. and I've been reading consistently. I did read books before, I read Atomic Habits before, but at the same time, I didn't read it consistently. I never really had a plan. But now I do have plans. I have my whiteboard, I'm writing on my whiteboard, but it all started from me changing my own personal space, which is not this living room. And I've already talked about it, but in my bedroom, everything was just messy, and there was so many things around me which were not necessary for them to be out, but they were. So I changed that. Everything that I didn't need, I put it aside, I put it somewhere else. I cleaned my desk, I cleaned everything around me, and literally all of the things that you could see in my room, most of them are the things that I generally use. There are some things like there's like a small box of just random stuff in it, and I didn't really know where to put it, so I just left it there. And it doesn't take too much space, and I could put it somewhere else, to be honest, which I might do. And I also started putting my clothes in place because it is so much neater to do it. And before, it used to be such a hassle because I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, oh my god, I just want to look at my phone, take a hit of my vape, wake up, go make breakfast, and just enjoy. And then while eating breakfast, watch a TV show, go back in the room, play games on my phone or watch a TV show, get up after a couple of hours, eat lunch. Like it's been like that a lot. And ever since I started cleaning my room and I started doing things that I wasn't doing before, it actually made me feel like I'm doing something good, and it made me feel good. I got the reward instantly. My reward was everything is clean, everything is nice and neat, and I'm following my plan, and I feel satisfied. However, for some things that I have yet to start, which is something like workouts, walking, running, whatever, some of the things need time and consistency in order for you to get the reward. So some of the things that you're doing are done, some of the things that you're doing, you get a reward for them much later. Let's say you're working out, the only time you're going to feel like you gained something is after a couple of months of constant workout. So in those type of things, you need to kind of give yourself a reward. And let's say it could be a chocolate, a sweet, or it could be, I don't know, during the whole week you've been doing well, you've been going to your workouts, and you can reward yourself by, I don't know, watching your favorite TV show that you told yourself not to watch during the weekdays or during the weekends. And you would only be able to watch them if you did a good job in workouts. You need to be a bit harsh on yourself, but that is something that is more advanced to say. But in order to start, people think that it is easy because you listen to, like, maybe you don't think that, but for me personally, when I listen to other people, especially those, I mean only those that were successful, and I would hear their stories about what they're doing every day, or maybe one of my parents is doing something every day, and I'm like, damn, he's doing all of that stuff, but it doesn't sound that difficult. And I never tried, and I really never bothered to try. So I was like, it's kind of easy, it's just life would get more boring. So it's not that difficult. I mean, what? He's going out for a 30-minute walk every day, so what? But then you actually realize when you start going into that stuff, being consistent is difficult. And even though all of it sounds simple, you're like, okay, I'm gonna wake up and make my bed. But it's not that simple. And you should, like, think about it, make plans, write what you're doing, and be like, okay, it's not continuing, but why? So you should start thinking, am I getting a reward for this? Am I feeling good for doing this? What is stopping me? What is causing me to pull away from that good habit that is not that hard to complete? So then when you start actually thinking about all of that other stuff, all of your habits, then you can kind of put them in paper, pen and paper, use pen and paper. Wow. You can you can put it all on paper and then see all of the bad things and the good things you're doing during the day, but you need to put a lot of focus on it. As I said, some people are just not ready to become better and to do better things, and that is normal. That is fine. Not many people are doing what I'm doing, and that is fine. For me, personally, I don't want to allow myself to just not exceed it anymore. I want to be better. I want to get better. I want to do better stuff. I want to gain muscle. I mean, look at me. Look at me. I'm thin. I'm skinny. I mean, I could be skinnier, but still, I don't want to be this skinny anymore. I want to be a bit fit, I want to be in great shape. I want to be in good shape. I want to stop doing this at one point. But it all takes time. It all takes time, and nothing is simple. Not a single thing is simple. Everything that you think is simple, even I'm not even talking about habits anymore. I'm talking about everything. Nothing is simple. When you really think about it, what your friend did, what your friend said to another friend, and you hear what they said, you wouldn't be, in your head, you're like, okay, he could mean that he hates me, or he could mean that he could help me. But how would I know? The only way that you would know is if you would go and talk to that person and see their real intention. They might be lying, but it's for you to find out. It's for you to decide. I also need to take this off. I don't know why this is here. And I've realized when I'm doing things like being on my phone the whole day or on my laptop, I feel like shit. I feel terrible. I feel like I don't want to move. But because I feel like I don't want to move, then I have a big urge to just not move either way, to just continue being on my laptop or on my phone. And that's bad. The morning is the most important thing. So just everybody should start focusing on their mornings if you do want to get better as a person. And I might sound, I right now I know I sound like a teacher, and somebody new would just get into my video and be like, who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck does he want? What does he think? Why he thinks that he can teach me, fucking tell me this shit, that shit? I might be bullshitting. I don't know. That is up for you to decide and for you to choose whether you should listen to me or not. I'm just talking. I'm just blabbering. As I said, this whole channel is about me talking about random stuff, not random stuff, but psychological stuff and all of the other things that have been going on in my life in order for me to have my own journey and for me to push myself to be a better person. And it's been 35 days. I've never done this before, this long. I've done it before and it lasted for like 5 days, I think. I don't know if it was even 5 days. But yeah, I'm doing this for myself. So don't hate me, guys. I might be wrong in many things, but this is my way of thinking. So yeah. That is it for day 35. It was a nice day. It was a great day. Tomorrow, we'll see how the day goes. Tomorrow at night, I'm gonna play with my friend, make a YouTube video, and enjoy life. Thank you all so much for watching. Love and peace to you all. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow on day 36. Where is it? 6, 7. I'm sorry. Goodbye.